He looked like he stepped straight out of a Hollywood movie. Chiseled jaw, perfect physique, eyes that belonged on a movie poster, not a boxing ring, and a knockout record so violent, so relentless that people genuinely thought it had to be fake. This is the story of Morrison versus Tillis. The night the Duke proved to the world he was no Hollywood act. January 11th, 1991. Trump Taj Mahal, Atlantic City. A 22-year-old Tommy Morrison walks toward the ring with a record that reads like pure fiction. 24 wins, 0 losses, a 90% knockout ratio. The crowd stares at his physique before they even look at his face. He's built like a Greek statue carved specifically for violence. Shoulders broad enough to block out the arena lights. Arms that look like they could split a heavy bag clean in half with one swing. They called him the Duke, supposedly the grandnephew of John Wayne himself. Whether that Hollywood connection was real didn't matter to the boxing world. What mattered was that Tommy Morrison looked like a star. He moved like a predator. And he hit like a natural disaster wrapped in human skin. Just months earlier, Sylvester Stallone had spotted Morrison destroying opponents on television and immediately cast him in Rocky V as Tommy Gunn, a young, hungry fighter with devastating power. The movie hadn't even finished filming before boxing fans realized something absolutely terrifying. The fictional character was actually less dangerous than the real fighter playing him. But tonight, Morrison faces a different kind of test. His first real examination. His opponent, James "Quick" Tillis. Now, don't let the 39-17-1 record fool you. Tillis wasn't just some club fighter padding a prospect's record. This was the man who went a full 10 rounds with a young Mike Tyson back in 1986.
Distance, trying to learn how to box, whichever gets Jesse Ferguson, then look at the hand speed by Tyson. It's up even, he is right now. And Quick Tillis is not turning around while fighting that way.
The first person to ever take Iron Mike the distance in his professional career. He'd also survived 10 brutal rounds with Ernie Shavers, widely considered one of the hardest punchers in heavyweight history. Tillis had seen everything, survived everyone, absorbed punishment that would have ended most careers. At 33 years old, he knew every trick in the book, every survival technique, every way to make a young, hyped-up knockout artist look foolish and exposed. Morrison was just 22. This was his first scheduled 8-round fight. Everyone in boxing wanted to know, could he handle the extra distance? Could he handle a crafty veteran who'd weathered storms from absolute legends? The cameras zoom in on Morrison's face during the stare down. He won't make eye contact. He's praying. That's what he always does before a fight. The commentators notice. The crowd notices. But what they don't notice is the look in his eyes when he finally opens them. Pure violence waiting to be unleashed. Tillis had survived Tyson's fury. He'd survived Shavers' dynamite. And this 22-year-old kid just put him on the canvas in under a minute. After the fight, the boxing world had to completely recalibrate what they thought was possible. This wasn't just a pretty face with a Hollywood connection. This was a legitimate force of nature with power that defied explanation. Would destroy another former world champion, Pinklon Thomas, in the first round. Thomas had only been stopped twice before in his career, by Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. Now Morrison's name sat alongside those legends. The Great White Hope label followed him everywhere he went. Morrison hated it, but he understood why people used it. He had the look, he had the power, he had the movie star charisma. And for one brief shining moment in 1991, Tommy Morrison looked absolutely unstoppable. What nobody knew, what nobody could have possibly predicted, was that his greatest battles weren't going to be inside the ring. He would defeat George Foreman for the WBO heavyweight title. He would survive wars that broke lesser men. He would experience the highest highs and the lowest lows any fighter has ever known. But on that January night in Atlantic City, none of that mattered. All that mattered was a 22-year-old kid with a face like a movie star and fists like sledgehammers standing over another fallen opponent. The crowd finally found their voice and erupted in cheers for the Duke. They had absolutely no idea they were watching a man whose story would become more tragic than any Hollywood script could ever capture. The real question isn't what happened that night,